Hello and welcome to a new topic, the Greek tradition of linguistics. Lecture 4, Greeks as European pioneers. Greeks were the European pioneers. In fact, the intellectual life of Europe as a whole, its philosophical, moral, political, and aesthetic thought finds its origin in the work of Greek thinkers. We continue our discussion about Greeks as European pioneers. In taking notice of the Greek achievement in linguistics, Bloomfield remarks of the peculiar brilliance of intellect. The ancient Greeks had the gift of wondering at things that other people take for granted. L. Bloomfield, Language, London, 1935, page 4. We move on to the next idea of thought, Greek grammarians. The Greek grammarians such as Thrax and Protagoras were the first to attempt word classification called parts of a speech. During the second millennium BC, the Mycenaeans made use of a syllabic writing system that included some logograms, the use of symbols to represent words in a language. We have some more ideas in continuity. Greek grammarians. By the first millennium BC, the Greeks had developed the alphabetic system for writing their language. The birth of the Stoic and Alexandrian schools of thought during the Hellenistic age, 300 BC, gave a new dimension to linguistics. The Stoic and Alexandrian schools of thought formalized the dichotomy between form and meaning. We continue our discussion about now we have form and meaning. The form, according to them, means the signifier, whereas the meaning denotes the signified. These terms are similar to Ferdinand de Saussure's union of sound and thought as expressed in his work entitled Cours de Linguistique. We continue our ideas. Contributions of the Greeks. The Greeks also gave separate treatment to phonetics, etymology, and syntax. More progress was made in phonetics. The greatest contribution of the Greek scholars in the field of linguistics is, however, in the area of syntax. Their work serves as foundation on which modern grammarians build their own language study. Cf. Avella, 1992. We have some more ideas in continuation. Focus on the written language during the time of the Greeks. Here, the most important point to notice is that the Greek grammarians at this time concentrated on the written language rather than the oral or verbal form. There are three dimensions to the study of word. First, the study of word in isolation or citation. Second, the part of speech a word belongs to. And third, the syntactic relationship between words in construction. We move on to the next idea and discussion, credit of the Greek grammarians. From the perspective of language study, the following contributions go to the credit of the Greek grammarians. They made a distinction between inflected and uninflected words. They made a distinction between proper and common nouns. They were the first to identify cases as an inflectional category. They also recognized three categories of verbs, namely active, transitive, passive, and neutral intransitive verbs. They equally identified aspect as a separate class and introduced what they called time, which means tense in modern usage. We move on to the next stage of our discussion about Greek linguists, Greek philosophers. On the whole, linguistic records on Greek language include work of pre-Socratic philosophers, the 5th century rhetoricians, orators, Socrates, Protagoras, Plato, and Aristotle. Others are Zeno-Stoic, the founder of the Stoic school of thought, Epicurus, Dionysius, Thrax, and Aristoteles. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.